I want to make a quick video about something that I recently found. It pretty much only pertains to the 2.5 turbo guys. So like on I believe the FSI motors, the map sensor, which is on the throttle, on the intake manifold, or the charge pipe close to the throttle body, one of those two, it actually is what reads the intake air temperature as opposed to the mass airflow sensor. On the 2.5s that are mass airflow sensor cars, the intake air temperature sensor is built into the MAF sensor. So when you're running a turbo application, it's not showing accurate airflow into the motor, because once it goes past the mass airflow sensor, it goes into the turbo, gets superheated, it goes over to the intercooler, changes temperature there, and then goes back into the motor. So it's more accurate to have the intake air temperature sensor, the signal, relocated to the mass airflow or the MAP sensor, right? But here's the thing. Here's the MAF or the MAP sensor that came in the Rabbit. You can see here, let me put a flash on it so you can probably see a little better. And here there's just a little plastic prong. There's no function to it. It's just like a shape. It's like part of the mold. There's nothing else in there, right? When you go to this updated MAP sensor, which I believe is for a Mark 6 2.5 liter, that's at least what I read. This one actually has a little guy in there. Let's see if I can get a better view of it. The little black tip. That is the temperature sensor. So that's what's different about these two sensors. So, and I'll show you the part numbers here. This one on the left is the one that came out of the car, which is a 036, if I can get it to focus, 036906051 Gregory, or Gecko. This one right here is it's a, what, 261, 230, 234, that doesn't seem right. And I think part number's in there, I don't know, it's really weird looking. I don't normally see part numbers like that. But maybe because it's Bosch, who knows? It's probably because it's not a Volkswagen part exactly. But yeah, this is the new MAP sensor. It's a Bosch sensor. It has a built-in temperature sensor, unlike the original one. So what you do is you put this MAP sensor in place, stock location, and you get a Volkswagen repair wire here. You know, it has the pins pre-made on there. And the part number here is 000979131 Echo Alpha. That's the part number for this wire. It's not very long, but it was what I found on a thread on VW Vortex, and it's long enough to go from the MAP sensor to the mass airflow sensor, and basically you patch it into pin number 1 on this harness, and I'll show you which one that is. Technically, if I could do it, if I could buy the parts again, I'm just gonna put it in here like it is, but I would get a longer wire. I would go to Volkswagen, see if I can get the exact same gauge and get maybe twice as long to kind of hide the wire up somewhere. Since it's so yellow, I mean, you could put a conduit over it or something like that, but it's long enough to run from the MAP sensor to the MAP sensor, so I'm just gonna do that. But yeah, there's probably better ways to do it to make it look cleaner in the engine bay. But anyway, so what you do is you can't really see on the sensor itself, but on the plug there is a missing pin, right? See that one right there, the third one in? There's no pin in that place, so what you do is you remove the seal in there. I believe you slide the purple plastic piece over and it'll let you push the seal out, I think from this end out. But you get rid of that seal, you push the new wire in place, put the MAP sensor in place, hook up that connection, then you run the wire over to the MAP sensor over here, and then see if I can get the thing off one-handed. There we go. And you tap it into to pin number 1. I'm gonna show you that in 1 second. All right, so I pulled this little cover off, and you see here the pins are numbered from right to left. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first purple wire The first purple one is pin number 1. So what you'll do is you'll bring the yellow wire over here, and you'll get a wire tap connector. I don't know what to call it, but it kind of looks like this. You run both wires through, you push the tab down, making the connection between both wires, and then you clip it shut, and then you have your spliced in wire to get the signal from the mass airflow sensor to the map sensor. Furthermore, after I do that, I'm going to put some heat shrink on it, make sure it's sealed up. They got a real big piece in there, so hopefully it'll work. And that's it. It should give more accurate readings to the ECU, what the actual air temperature sensor is, or what the actual temperature is going into the motor, rather than just past the mass airflow sensor. Especially down here in Central Florida, it's October, but it's still hot. It's still in the mid to high 90s outside, so having, you know, ambient temperature of 120 or so into the engine, but being a lot hotter than that when it gets to the motor, makes a big difference. So it should make it run better. I actually found this on a thread from VW Vortex with Doug Harper, I think his name is, from Franken Turbo. So he did, I think he did this on a Audi TT, where they did a 2.5 swap, and they were doing a Franken Turbo like F25 turbo kit. A lot of, you know, research and development, I guess. So it was hard to find, but I eventually came across it, so I wanted to make a quick video to show you how to do that. At least explaining it, but it's pretty easy to do. So hopefully if you're turbo and you're having some problems where it doesn't run that great in extreme high temperatures, hopefully this helps with that a little bit. So that's it. Enjoy.